And I'll call the April 11th meeting of the Student Government Association in order. Today, will you please take roll call?
President?
Here.
Vice President?
Here.
Chief of Staff?
Here.
Director of External Affairs?
Here.
Chief Justice?
Here.
Chief Policy Officer? Speaker of the House? Assistant Speaker of the House? Here. Director of Academics?
Here.
Director of Accessibility, Health and Safety?
Here.
Director of Student Affairs? Here. Assistant Director of the Freshman Internship Program?
Here.
Assistant Director of Outreach and Collaboration?
Here.
Boonshop School of Medicine Senator?
Present.
College of Education and Human Services Senator?
Present.
College of Engineering and Computer Science Senator?
Here.
College of Nursing and Health Senator?
Here.
College of Science and Knowledge Senator?
Here.
Commuter Senator? Here. Graduate Senator?
Here.
Rossland College of Business Senator?
Here.
Residential Senator?
Here.
School of Professional Psychology Senator?
Here.
University College Senator?
Thank you, Janae. Is there any opposition to the approval of the agenda? Seeing none, the agenda is approved. Is there any opposition to the approval of the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. Member reports. Dexter?
Hey y'all, it's been a minute. Life's been busy. I had a 10-day battle with bronchitis last week, so it was good. This week I've been meeting with all the mentors who are in the peer mentoring program at Boonshop, signing off on the paperwork, finishing up electives, and also I've been meeting with the people who are interested in becoming the next Boonshop senator, and explaining to them the changes that we're going to be making. So that's pretty much all the time has been occupied doing that this week. End report.
Thank you. Brad?
So I am still trying to meet with Linda. They're really busy over there right now. And then I'm also catching the DSEB up on what I've done, and then I'm meeting with the senator for next year this Wednesday to run her through things. So,
Great.
I've already met with Justin, who's going to be taking over the senator position. And then I've got a WEC meeting tomorrow, and I'm going to be sending an email to Dr. Klingbeil over concerns for senior design.
Thanks.
I have a meeting tomorrow with Aaron, who's going to be the new nursing senator. And we're going to go over everything. And then I have a DSAB meeting tomorrow. We're going to go over, we have a 4 event coming up. And and I got my Twitter approved. And I know there's only a few weeks, but I can do it. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to start that. And then and Aaron's going to help me out with that. So that'll be, get the ball rolling with him. Thank you for it.
So we just finished picking our new Dean Circle for next year, and we just sent out acceptance letters, so very excited for the new circle coming in. Wrapping up the last couple events here for our college, starting with picking our teacher or faculty of Science and Math College for the year, and we'll also be preparing a summary for our dean, kind of listing all the accomplishments we did this past year, and transition stuff as well. And report.
I scheduled my meeting with Hannah for this Friday, and I'm also sorting out the information that I will be handed to her. I emailed Eric Corbett regarding the information and steps that I should take about the broken microwave in commuter student lounge. And I also emailed Twyla the list of apartment list that I want. Like, I asked her permission to put it under the commuter student resource website, and she's currently forwarding that email to someone else who's in charge of that. End the report.
I met with Dr. Steve Berberick yesterday regarding the pilot usage of professors. He was very happy to know, to take that initiative, and he's already working on the metric of how the student performance changes with the online pilot classes or the normal active learning classes. Apart from the end of report.
Just working with RCA and Community Council on closing out the year, as well as some residential improvements with the Woods Community Council.
So last week at the SOPP student government meeting, I spoke with them about kind of the changes and like the liaison position, and the students seemed cool with it. However, we found out that the SOPP faculty aren't necessarily the coolest with it. So moving forward, I don't know necessarily if they're going to have anybody trying to jump into that position next year, but they do like that it's available in case they want to keep open that communication with SG. And then I've been sitting in on the SGA interviews with David and Holly this past week and working on funding for our 4th year send-off that's coming up at the end of April. End of report.
So I got my rooms reserved last week for study zones at the College of Business, and I sent that information to the proper channel so I can send that out to students. Here in the next week, I'll hopefully be working on a survey with Cody that I can send out to students, asking them kind of like what the main traits they're looking for in the next dean for the College of Business. And then I'm also going to follow up with a couple things that kind of fell through this semester and just kind of see where they're at with some of the people. And then I need to schedule my meeting with my replacement and a report.
Thank you. Alex?
All right, so this past week I have created a SGA alumni Facebook group, so look forward for an invite to that coming up here in the near future. On top of that, I'm still working on the SGA newsletter and the org video with Colin, David, and Nathan Price. And still working on the infographic for Nick concerning health issues on campus. Yeah, and report.
Great. So for the House of Reps, we have sent out the SOAR tracker to all the student organizations, and it should be on OrgSneak as well. We're also gaining feedback about the SOAR program in general over the past year. And David sent out a survey about dining services pertaining to student organizations using the catering services there. So we're going to look at that feedback shortly after we get that in. We've also been talking with Gina, who runs kind of Greek life here on campus, and we really want to utilize OrgSync more for the involvement tab, where students can track their community service, and we're going to use that for our SOAR program. And then we're working with Don Miller on a plan of how to showcase student organizations as a whole at orientation this summer, and how House of Reps and SGA can play a role in that. And then Special Funding Committee, we are done for the rest of the year. So I think it was a pretty successful year, and we hope to kick off the year strong next year. And a report.
So basically, we were able to name 2 recipients for the SGA scholarship. I will send those names out. They will be awarded on Thursday, and I believe both of them can come, so that's great. Thank you for my committee for working with me, and I hope I can still use you as Nancy Moss has requested that we award a few more scholarships on behalf of the Student Legal Office. So look for an email for that. Other than that, we're still continuing, hopefully looking into career services, and then Lucas also gave me an idea to check out some apps for other universities and compare them, and to make ours a little bit more effective and useful in a report.
Meeting next week with Tom Webb to discuss possible funding and implementation of IB on campus in the report.
Thank you.
Kathy Warden is getting some final estimates together for changes to the org space. So the next director of student affairs will have all the information that they need going in. We won't have to backtrack and get estimates again. Mostly working on transition stuff, particularly with the org space, trying to lay out a cohesive plan of natural next steps, or what I consider to be natural next steps, focusing on that. So there's a smooth transition and report.
I made a timeline for the program with some rough dates, just to give the next person kind of a general idea of where they should be and when they should be, all that good stuff. And a contact list with some people who have helped me along, who can provide work for future freshmen, and I'm currently revising and looking at the mission statement of freshman report.
April craze, the inflatable and the water bottle giveaways have been ordered, and those will be here in time. And then for the, Alex mentioned this a little bit, me, Alex, and Colin will be meeting later this week to discuss the UVC and student org video, and that will be something that will be moving to the House of Reps starting next year. So, end of report.
Thank you. Is there any report discussion? Seeing none, we'll move on to committee reports. Are there any committee reports? This is extremely quick. I have one. The President's Transition Team, we're moving forward with the budget remediation process, and by the end of April, you will have a clear update on what the cuts will be.
Sorry, on behalf of Jordan Lawrence for the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, she did send out an email asking any participants about working at the International Festival this Saturday. So if you're available, it goes, I believe, from 1 to 5. So email Jordan if you can help.
Are there any other committee reports? All right, moving on to old business. This is actually a new business. I apologize for that, but in the new business, honorary resolution. Lane?
Okay, so this is an honorary resolution to recognize and appreciate the delicate service for Nathan Balasamia to the SGA. I'll read it. Whereas the Wright State University Student Government Association recognized Nathan Balasubramania for his contribution to the Raider family, and whereas Nathan Bala Subramania served unpaid as the Chief Policy Officer from August 2014 to May 2017. And whereas Nathan Bala Subramania not only served on his own role with unrivaled dedication, but also helped to craft the vision of an organization from a strategic standpoint on the executive board. And whereas he represents SGA with excellence to other student leaders, to university administration and faculty, and to outside institutions, including the Ohio State House. And whereas he consistently helped SGA to earn credibility by complying through research on large-scale initiative, and whereas Nathan Subramania consistently took stand on issue in which he believed and sought to find new and innovative way to improve the organization, and therefore be it resolved, the Student Government Association here assembled at Rice State University commend Nathan Bala Subramania for his service to the Rice State community. We wish him a very successful and fulfilling career and our fullest support for his desire to impact the global community, and adopted by Rice State University Student Government Association on the 11th date of April 17th, sponsored by Doug and Nathan and me.
So we won't be voting on this until next week, so we'll have to change the date on that.
Okay.
But is there any discussion on the resolution?
Do I have to step out?
Nate is the man.
I second that.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that next week, and we'll have some deep discussion when he's out of the room, if we want to pass that or not. So moving on into a confirmation hearing. Chief Policy Officer, we actually have Holly Maple do this one.
Great. So, like Peyton said, Dave and I and a couple others have been helping on our interview committee team, and we have been interviewing lots of different candidates for all cabinet e-board positions, and we would like to recommend to the Senate to confirm Mr. Daniel Palmer as our Chief Policy Officer. He brings in the right skill set to step into this position with the mentorship that Nene provides, his experience with the Model UN, with extensive research, and just his ability to have that external presence in the governmental idea, and all that did not make sense. But he's really stepped up into leadership here in SGA over this past semester, and we think he'll be a great asset to the e-board as he represents SGA here and outside the university.
Daniel, do you have any words?
What she said.
Are there any questions for Daniel? All right. Seeing none, we'll ask for the public to leave the room real quick.
You've been approved.
Now into the Rowdy Bobblehead Award. Brenna.
This person is always excited about student government, I've talked to them about things that they plan to do next year that's really cool, and they always take my energy and work really well, and it is really cool, and I think they've done a great job in SGA, even prior to stepping up to be paid, and also he lets me play with his hair, so that's really fun. This is for Alex.
Speech?
Oh boy, okay. You guys are all awesome. Thank you for playing with my hair and making it look nice. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I just like working for you guys. The work's fun, and I enjoy it a lot. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks very much.
Gary, advisor reports.
So there's a ton of events coming up over the next couple of weeks. I hope most of you know about them, especially the student recognition event Thursday night at 7. The senior picnic is Thursday at 11:30 or 11 o'clock, I think. So for you seniors who are graduating, it'd be nice to see your smiley faces. Friday night is the Latino Gala in the Nutter Center. I think it is too late to buy tickets, but and then Saturday's the International Friendship Festival that is open and free for students. So I hope
French or friendship?
friendship. So I hope you all take advantage of some of the events that are coming up. The update I have about budget stuff is that I ended up making recommendations, and for the rest of this year, basically anything to do with students and money from SOBC or SFC is really being handled on kind of a case-by-case basis based on what the event was and what the money's being spent for. Trying to balance Dr. McCrae's desire to not spend basically any money, and at the same time making sure that our students continue to have, as full of an experience for the remainder of the year as we possibly can. And so that's kind of the challenge for the next couple of weeks until we get to the end of the school year. So, and that's pretty much it, I think, for the most part. We have one more meeting, right?
One more meeting.
Okay, cool. That's it.
So into announcements. Nice Day International Festival's this Saturday. We've mentioned it like 6 times now, so you all know what's happening. It's there from 1 to 5 in the Nutter Center. Holly, we have a transition event. Want to speak on that real quick?
Yes, so we are hosting the transition, kind of like the SGA mixer. Some of you guys may remember we did a similar thing last year. It's actually my very first SGA meeting, very first encounter with SGA was then. But it'll be the Thursday of finals week, April 27th, from 12 to 2 p.m. in the Pathfinder. There will be a little bit of like, okay, what is SGA structure? But for the most part, it's just kind of a casual get to know each other, for you guys to have kind of like a last time kind of hang out with SGA, but also for you guys to get to mix and mingle with the newcomers that are coming in next year and be able to just talk with them about SGA in general. That's it.
Thanks, Holly. End of the year awards.
Yeah, for those of you who were at SGA last year, you know that we vote on awards at the end of the year. In our office, on the right side of the wall, there are all those plaques. So it's like member of the term, new member of the year, college advocate of the year, awards like that. So I will be sending out a Google form probably tomorrow with a link that you can click on and submit whoever you want to vote for, and then we will announce those at our meeting next week. So if you have questions, let me know.
Thanks, Nathan. April Craze sign up, Nathan?
Yeah, so April Craze will be next Friday, April 21st, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I think I already sent out the form once to sign up, but I will be sending that again right after the meeting. We need maybe, I would say 3, preferably 4 people at any time at our table. And our table is located at the math and micro building that's closest to the union, that side of the math and micro building on the north lawn. We're going to be giving out water bottles with the SGA logo on that, as well as an inflatable. It's called Jacob's Ladders. It's the ladder where you're climbing up the inflatable and trying to get to the top. If you can just sign up on the form on what times you're able to help out with, that would be great.
Awesome. Thank you, Nathan. And finally, our last meeting is next week, April 18th. Unless there happens to be some confirmations that aren't done yet, or any business that's still on, we may have to call an executive or an emergency meeting during finals week. But we're trying to avoid that. So keep up the good work. One final week, and then we'll be done for the year. Is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a second? All those in favor? We adjourn. And it's time.